YouTube? You already know, smash a like on this video for more fire content. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. For all the newcomers, welcome to Team Eyeland. Make sure to follow Team Eyeland on the IG page. There's a lot of great content on that page, and I'm always active. So if you have any questions, be sure to DM me. Like I told you earlier, we're coming different. You see the new intro. Hope you guys like it. Matter of fact, drop a like if you're messing with it. Trying to tell you, we're trying to grow, we're trying to expand, we're trying to get better, we're trying to get Team Eyeland to blow up. Expect more content coming your way. Now, we got two clips we're gonna break down, so let's get right into it. First clip, we got Ohio State receiver against a Nebraska corner. We're in the low red zone playing man-to-man. If you look closely, the corner's playing inside leverage, heavy inside. You don't want to be too heavy inside because now you just created more space for the receiver to run anything outside. But we also want to take away the slant. So we're going to line up inside leverage. When we're playing man-to-man in the low red zone, remember to always work half the man. So we want to locate that near hip, right? We always want to be square, right? We want to move laterally and be square. If you look here, the corner is not squared all the way, right? He's slightly tilted. Not in bad position, but the little things right here is what makes the difference. So we always want to be square, especially down here. Those little details is very important and could be a huge difference between a catch and a incompletion. Remember, we don't want to be flat-footed, right? We want to be on the balls of our feet and want to move laterally. If you look here, the DB's flat-footed and he's not moving laterally. He's already given up the outside. One of the cardinal sins of playing man-to-man is not to look back if you don't feel the receiver. When we look back and we don't feel the receiver, we're just giving the receiver more space to create. Because now we don't know where the receiver's going and we're looking back for the ball and the ball is not going to us, it's going to the receiver. So we have to feel the receiver before we look back. The DB right here is not in position to work half the man, and he looks back for the ball and didn't get hands on the receiver. When we're playing man-to-man down here, we have to get hands on the receiver. Very important. Look at the space that was created by us not doing our job. The little details. It's not the receiver that beat us. We beat ourselves on this one. Look at the space that was created by us not getting hands on the receiver before looking back for the ball. The little things really matter, guys. So now we have to close the space fast. And when we're closing the space, we can't look back for the ball, right? We want to close the space fast, so we have to keep our head down, focus on the receiver, closing the space fast. You don't want to look back when you're beat, right? Because if you look back when we're beat, the space is going to get bigger. And remember, there's less room here. So everything happens fast. So everything's quicker. So now, when we close the space fast, we could use our help, right? The sideline and the end line. This is why we don't look back when we are beat. Look how much space the receiver has, right? To make this catch. Look at where he makes the catch, right? The space is smaller, but imagine if he didn't look back for the ball, how much closer he will be to making this play, right? Since there's less room here, we can always use the sideline and the end line as an extra defender. So always remember, if we're beat, close the space fast. Close the space fast because it's always hope, and you got the sideline and the end line as extra help. Just imagine if he did his technique, how different this play could have been, right? The little details, the little things, guys. Take your technique seriously and it will help you a lot. The next clip we got two receivers with a cut split. So now we're gonna line up outside leverage because there's more space outside. Number one receiver is off the ball. Number two is on the ball, right? We got cut split. So we're gonna line up outside leverage and protect the outside leverage because there's more space outside. Off rip, you should automatically alert switch, right? We want to alert switch because they're close to each other. Line up close to each other, so alert switch. Now, when we line up outside, there's still a possibility he could go inside, but it will most likely be an immediate in route if he goes in right away. They could still possibly switch down the field. You'll still be in position to play that because you're playing outside leverage. The receiver stems us outside, right? He's trying to stem the DB outside. So we have to maintain our leverage. Now, if he's starting to stem us immediately, we're just gonna weave. We're gonna stay square and weave. And we wanna trust yourself. Trust yourself and stay square in your pedal. We have to maintain our leverage, right? So we wanna zone turn in this situation, not man turn. If we man turn and we're not in position to play the man, we're gonna lose the rep, right? The only time we really man turn is when we're inside leverage with the receiver playing man coverage. Now, if we zone turn, we can still play man coverage with a zone turn because we're protecting our outside leverage. If you look here, the receiver starts to square us up. He tries to square up the DB, so now he's creating a two-way go. We're not in position to protect our leverage, which is outside leverage, right? And we opened up a little too early, and you know, when the receiver sees our hips open early, that's what they want. Receivers want us to open our hips early, right? Because now they got us. So we have to maintain our leverage, stay square, trust yourself, relax, pedal, zone turn in this situation when we're playing outside leverage. This is exactly why we should have zone turned in this situation. Now we lost track of the receiver because the receiver's attacking our blind spot now. He's attacking our blind spot now, so now we have to use our emergency speed turn and get our eyes right back to the receiver. And that's exactly what the receiver wants us to do. He wants us to speed turn, and he's gonna use that time that we don't see the receiver to make his move outside. Now, we gotta get out of our speed turn and break back outside, and that's gonna create more space for the receiver to make this catch. This is exactly why our technique and trusting your technique is very important. I know in the heat of the game, you're just trying to do your job and you're trying to cover the guy your best way, but you have to relax. You have to really relax, take it one play at a time, and trust the technique. So when you're in practice, practice your technique over and over and over. Trust it, trust it. It will become second nature. That's the end of Team Eyeland Film Breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know you like that new intro. Drop a like if you do. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.